Hi guys! In this video, you'll see how the actors of the TV series Star Trek The Next Generation 1987-1994 have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Captain Jean-Luc Picard is a highly intelligent man who is well versed in art and enjoys reading classic works. He has a calm nature and the ability to think soberly, even in critical situations. Always keeps his emotions under control, played by Patrick Stewart. Commander William Thomas Riker, Jonathan Frakes, not infrequently demonstrates self-confidence and inner fortitude and is not afraid to take responsibility for both his actions and those of the team. He is open to new opportunities and is not averse to adventure. Commander Geordi La Forge, LeVar Burton, has a birth defect that makes him blind and sets him apart from the team, but doesn't make him inferior. He is used to working hard, has an optimistic outlook on life, and is adept at handling difficult engineering tasks. Commander Data is the creation of Dr. Soong. It features fast computing ability, maximum endurance and strength. His emotional abilities are limited, but he regularly works in this direction and actively interacts with the team. He was played by Brent Spiner. Lieutenant Worf, Michael Dorn, positions himself as a brave and honest warrior endowed with considerable strength. The code of honor is of paramount importance to him, and in any matter he relies solely on it. He is true to his ideas and is used to acting decisively. Dr. Beverly Crusher provides medical care and surgical operations for the USS Enterprise. She is dedicated to her work responsibilities, skillfully solving medical mysteries and constantly improving herself through research. She was played by Gates McFadden. Lwaxana Troi has a particular influence on her home planet Betazoid. She has an extravagant and unashamed nature and has an unbridled passion for life. Knows how to take proper care of her family, played by Nigel Barrett, who died of leukemia in 2008. Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton, is closely related to Beverly. He became one of the youngest researchers on the USS Enterprise thanks to his keen mind, which he especially demonstrates in science and technology. He doesn't like injustice and always acts honestly. Chief Miles O'Brien is in charge of the transportation department and performs his duties properly. He is a person you can rely on, not only as an employee, but also as a father and husband, not devoid of humanity and simplicity. The role is played by Colm Meaney. Lieutenant Tasha Yar, Dennis Crosby, monitors compliance with safety protocols on the ship and is also directly responsible for the safety of colleagues. She is distinguished by her endurance, is not used to being afraid of everything, and acts decisively. Dr. Katherine Pulaski, Diana Mulder, medical researcher but also provides the necessary medical care to the members of the Starship, is characterized by her independence and is also by her willpower. She always stands up for her own opinion. Nurse Alyssa Ogawa, Patty Yasutake, assists the ship's chief medical officer in performing of medical procedures as her knowledge of the industry allows. She is always ready to help patients, has no lack of modesty, and doesn't tolerate irresponsibility in her work. Ensign Ro Laren, Michelle Forbes, is well versed in engineering and has an excellent grasp of the ship's navigational systems. She doesn't like to be seen as a weak person, and it's important for her to stand up for what she believes in. Extremely values freedom. Keiko O'Brien is a scientist engaged in research in the field of botany on both planets and stations. She is not predictable and is a rather mysterious person to many. Keiko is not without humor and often uses sarcasm in her statements. Played by Rosalind Chow. Q is distinguished by supernatural incredible strength and at will is able to manipulate reality, change matter, and make space-time changes. He has a complex nature, and his actions cannot be predicted in any way. The role is performed by John Delancey. Alexander Rozhenko, Brian Bonsall, is a blood relative of Worf, but initially didn't have a warm relationship with him, and it was extremely difficult for him to adapt to the Starship. Was able to overcome difficulties and work hard to achieve his independence. Barclay, Dwight Schultz, is of Earth origin and was one of the crew members of the USS Enterprise D. His distinctive feature is the ability to adequately interact with society, which is facilitated by insufficient self-esteem. He is strong in computer science. Gowron, Robert O'Reilly, holds the main ruling position in Klingonia and makes important decisions as part of its council. He is strict regarding the traditions of his people and is not used to standing on ceremony with those who pose a danger to his planet. Mr. Homn, Carol Stryken, has an outstanding physical parameters and is accustomed to speaking exclusively when situation requires it. He is a close associate of Luxwana Troi, who, while working with her, proved himself to be an extremely devoted employee. Vice Admiral Alynna Nechayev demonstrates authoritarianism in carrying out her duties and generally shows herself to be a strict person. She follows the strict standards of military service and has a strategic mindset. The role is performed by Natalia Nogulich. Reginald Jerry Hardin is a member of the Aldine, and although he is similar to humans in appearance, also has the characteristics of his race. He is not indifferent and shows deep patriotism to his homeland. He is characterized by determination and steadfastness. Kelleher has a mixed genetic background, which allows her to fulfill the duties of maintaining harmony between the Klingonia people and the Federation. She's well versed in two cultures and has a diplomatic approach. She is peaceful, played by Susie Plaxon. Prime Minister Nayrok belongs to a branch of the Angosha II of government, including the development of reforms. He is moral, acts fairly, and tries to resolve complex and complex situations within the country. The role is performed by James Cromwell. Admiral Nakamura is characterized as a confident and calm military commander who is capable of making informed decisions even in emergency situations. He often takes part in missions and leads operations related to politics. The role is played by Clyde Kusatsu. Kurn is Worf's only brother. He cares about family relationships and is ready to work hard on this issue. He adheres to Klingon cultural practices and strives to be a respected warrior. Honor is not an empty phrase for him. The role was played by Tony Todd. Captain Edward Jellico adheres to strictness in his command and clearly establishes the rules that the crew must follow, which often causes discontent among the crew. He is pragmatic and can resort to the use of force. The role is performed by Ronnie Cox. Byron is the leader of the pirates and deals in smuggling. He regularly acts outside the law and established norms, and pursues only the interests of his team, characterized by immoral behavior, played by Richard Lynch, who died of a heart attack in 2012. Senator Pardek is diplomatic and considerate. He can mediate conflicts and tries to achieve goals peacefully. He is characterized by a clear position and pursues his own interests, played by Malachi Froh, who passed away in 2013 from a lung cancer. DaiMon Bok is of Ferengi affiliation. He has the characteristic features of his people manifested in his greedy nature, the ability to negotiate on mutually beneficial terms, including barter. He has a good memory and some touchiness. Counselor Dina Troy has emotional depth, which is also enhanced by her gift of empathy, allowing her to understand not only people, but also other creatures. She acts as an advisor and is able to resolve many diplomatic issues. She was played by Marina Sirtis. Guinan is an employee of the 10 Forward Bar. She doesn't just make drinks, but for many members of the USS Enterprise, she is a trusted person who can provide advice when needed. She is not devoid of intuition and wisdom. The role is played by Whoopi Goldberg. Sovak is greedy and cruel and is not used to giving in to personal interests. He's not afraid of being misunderstood by others, and he is distinguished by his selfish nature and is ready to go to the end in the name of material values. Played by Max Gradenchik. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.